Hello, my name is Frank Christensen, and I'm the coordinator of officials for IFAF in Europe. In today's training tape, we're looking at out-of-bounds coverage, dead ball coverage, and how we best cover what happens away from the ball. But before we get to the clips, let's have a look at what the MOFO have to say on this topic.
In the MOFO, we go to 5-4-1 boxing in, and there, among other things, it says, once a player with the ball goes out of bounds, the sideline officials must turn and keep their eyes on him while there is a threat of action against him. Keeping the play boxed in should ensure that each play is observed from more than one viewpoint. 5-4-4 goes on to say, among other things, generally, there is no need for any official to watch H, the sideline or end line, after a player has been ruled out of bounds. And if you go to the position sections, for several positions you can find this. If the end of the play is not in your area of responsibility, move into position to assist in the cleanup of continuing action around or away from the ball. And you can also find, finally, this. If the pass is thrown to the opposite side of the field from you, your first responsibility is to clean up action on your side of the field and in the middle of the field. So that was the book. Now let's have a look at some real life examples in the game film. This first clip, we're going to watch the play, but really we're going to watch after the play. So it's going to be a run out here, and then the ball dies there. So dead ball officiating. Now the two wings, the short wing and the deep wing, will cover whatever is happening out of bounds here, and they do a good job of that. So that's the inner circle. The next circle contains the referee, the umpire, and probably also the back judge, who are covering everybody in front of them, but not all the way to the dead ball area. And then the last circle is anybody who is behind the umpire, basically, who will be covered by the backside wing and the backside deep wing, so that everybody works together, everybody looks at their own players, and everybody trusts that what's going on behind them will be covered by somebody else. And that is the way we get our best coverage here. Here's a touchdown play, and it's a pretty good catch by the running back there for a touchdown. But we've got back judge, deep wing, short wing. We've got three players covering this perfectly. So this part of the field is covered. But if we look backside, there is a linesman now signaling touchdown, and that to me tells me that he's looking at the runner, at the pass, at the catch, instead of looking at this mass of humanity in the middle of the field where somebody could be killing somebody else. We could have a fight breaking out. All sorts of things could be happening, and not very many officials would be watching this. So instead of worrying about what happens 50 yards away from you, just like the MOFO says, if the play goes away from you, be ready to clean up behind the play in your area and in the middle of the field. In this example, we're looking at the side judge, so the deep wing across the field. He's already at the goal line, and then he's got a defensive holding call here. But what I really like is his ability to see the defensive holding, throw his flag, but while he's doing that, he is keeping his eyes on the players in the end zone. And that is a really good job of dead ball officiating, making sure that nothing happens to your players, and then throwing your flag. And this being a defensive holding, you don't need it to get close to your spot. So you can just throw your flag back into the field of play, and then cover your players in the end zone to make sure there's no late hit, unnecessary roughness, unsportsmanlike conduct, anything like that. So very well done by this side judge. After this touchdown play, we have very good dead ball officiating coverage in the end zone. So number 8 scores, and before we see the back judge is on the goal line, he's getting ready to cover, and the deep wing is right there, nice and easy, controlled signal. And then we got the wing who goes in and creates a presence here, so he gets the ball, and that discourages number 8 from doing unsportsmanlike conduct stuff. If you want to say anything right here, the wing doesn't need to look away from the ball carrier or the player. You know, just keep your focus on the players in the end zone. There's plenty of time to get the ball into the field of play. So all in all, we've got the goal line coverage, we've got eyes in the end zone, and we get a wing creating presence in the I don't want to say in the face of the runner, because it's not that aggressive, which is good, but we have somebody in his line of vision, somebody who gets his attention so he doesn't start to do taunting, unsportsmanlike stuff. So well done here. Here's a similar situation with a touchdown and very good coverage in the end zone. So again, we've got, and the back judge does a really good job of getting over towards the player, so his lateral movement, and we've got the back judge and the deep wing with their focus in the end zone covering the play. And then we've got the wing, nice and easy, nothing aggressive, but he's getting the ball carrier's attention about giving him the ball, and that's a good way of letting him know that we're there and getting his mind on other things than unsportsmanlike contact, taunting, celebration, that kind of stuff. So it's a good way of getting the players out of potential trouble, and we get a ball in towards the next play, because as we all know, the 40-second clock is already running. So good coverage and good movement, getting this dead ball action covered. Here we're looking at the line judge, or the wing at the bottom of the screen. So we've got a play that goes out of bounds, and instead of being focused on the ball was caught, it would be a lot easier, a lot better just to signal stopping the clock and then keeping your focus out of bounds, just like the deep wing is doing with his focus out of bounds and stopping the clock. Here it's much more important to have your focus out of bounds. So it certainly seems like this wing gets a little flustered by this play and does a lot of different signals, but and I think it's tough to say that progress was stopped. So this is a runner going out of bounds on his own. So now the play's over, and we need to kill the play and keep focus out of bounds, because you know what happens in bounds is covered by other officials. So we need to cover what's going on out of bounds. So good job by the deep wing. Still a little work to do for the short wing. Here's another example of out of bounds coverage that could have been done just a little bit better. So we got the deep wing here, and for some reason he doesn't keep his focus out of bounds on the players. We've got 3 against 1. All sorts of stuff could have been happening out there, but for some reason we don't get that covered. Now there are a couple of things here. So the line of scrimmage is around the 25-yard line. So the back judge is already on the goal line. The deep wings are around the B5. So there should be plenty of time to get to the goal line. Certainly no reason to get beat to the goal line, but the The deep wing right now is maybe he gets caught a little bit by something, but he's on the 1 or the 2. So if this turns into a pylon play, we're not in very good position. So it'd be a lot better to be on the goal line, move back, goal line extended, move the G out of the way, and be on the goal line extended so that you can keep either all of the players in front of you or turn around with them, so we don't have the deep wing standing with his back to the players. And this first down signal really is unneeded right now. We would much rather have the coverage out of bounds, and killing the clock is good, and then doing a nice and easy and discreet first down signal to the rest of the crew is perfectly fine. But here we could have had better coverage out of bounds. In comparison, have a look at this out of bounds coverage. It's a similar play towards the sideline, goes out of bounds, but here we've got two wings, nice and easy touchdown signal, but the primary thing here is the focus out of bounds. And you'll notice that it's perfectly easy to see the touchdown signal, even if one of them has his back to us, the other one has his side to us. We can easily see both of these officials signaling touchdown, so you don't have to face the referee when you signal this touchdown. And you'll notice the wing here is on the goal line, and once the sideline gets threatened, he moves up to about the 1 or the 2 yard line, so he has a view down the sideline, a good coverage, quick communication, eye contact between the two officials, and then good signals with their focus out of bounds. Now, any extracurricular activity out there, taunting, unnecessary roughness, late hit, what have you, will be covered by these two officials. So much better coverage and a better example here than in the previous play. On this last play, we're looking at a different kind of dead ball officiating. We're looking at the pinches from these two wings and the difference in them. We'll notice that it's 1st and 10, and we end up with a play that's really a nothing play. It's maybe a 1 yard gain, so from 1st and 10 to 2nd and 9. And while we do want all the sideline officials to pinch in to around the numbers on every play, unless the ball dies on your sideline, there's a big difference in how you pinch and what kind of body language, what kind of communication there is. So on this kind of a play, it's perfectly fine. If in fact it's recommended to do a very nice and easy pinch, just like the linesman does across the field here. Very nice, walking in slow, because there is no reason to come in hard. But if we compare that to the line judge here at the bottom, the way he comes in looks like there's a spot that needs to be sold, there's somebody who's starting to get into a fight, or there's something that we need to do quickly. That is the communication that we get from this wing official. So keep in mind how, not just how far you pinch, but also how you pinch and what your body language is communicating when you pinch. And on a play like this, when there's nothing really going on, nice and easy is much better, so that once we get into a situation where something is happening and we need to come in quickly, we can run in, and that will immediately tell your deep body on your sideline, the back judge, referee, whoever is watching, that somebody's coming in fast, something must be going on. So keep that in mind when you're moving out there. And that was this training tape. I hope you found something you can use on the field.